I mean, given the way the whole thing ended, it was almost like we just watched a prequel.
You know, CBS did promise that they were going to trick us a little bit, and I think they did.
Yeah. Okay, I don't remember that promise, but
okay.
they did.
I heard this. I don't know where I heard this from. I watch a lot of YouTube. The idea was that they were going to trick us, and they did trick us because I was waiting for this plot of, I think we discussed it in the last episode, the commander getting her own ship, and it's going to be the Discovery, and that's the plot going forward. I thought that's what they were going to do.
I think I had missed, like, everywhere that she's the first officer on Discovery.
Is she? We don't know that yet.
I just read that somewhere.
Oh, is she? Okay. She has a ways to go from the previews.
Maybe she'll end up being the captain? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it's still possible. But, as we know it, right now, her whole mutiny thing is not working out great.
No, that did not get resolved by the end of the episode by talking it over some tea.
You know, I was kind of waiting for that Star Trek moment, to be honest, where, like, she and the captain make up, but...
Yeah.
But
that's pretty serious.
Did and they didn't.
Yeah.
And so, well, okay, we'll get to it.
We'll get to it. So I guess we should start with the plot, right?
I love the plot.
We left off with the Federation warping in. Or no, was the Klingon ships?
The Klingons beat them there, yes, because it turns out that big bright light was Kales's signal that the Empire was in need. Yep. And so we got a big conference call going on.
Gondor calls for aid.
Exactly. Yeah. So we get all the 24 Klingon houses together to a big chat, hangout, and he announces that we should unite and destroy the Federation.
Yes. It's a good supervillain speech.
Yeah.
I feel like he's a good supervillain. He's got the look, he's got the headquarters.
I gotta step outside the story for a moment and say, he's a real mumbler. I didn't like his...
I almost wonder...
to enunciate a bit.
I wonder if it's going to come out at some point in an interview, like, he's going to be like, yeah, I had all this shit in my mouth, and I could barely talk.
Yeah.
They were like, hey, you need to speak Klingon, and it just came out as kind of...
Yeah, okay, anyway. He was a good actor, but it was a little mumbly for my ears.
He had a couple of lines there towards the end where he actually spoke very clearly.
Oh, did he?
I thought that was interesting, yeah.
His English was a bit clearer, too, than his Klingon. Perhaps obvious reasons. Anyway, so he gets everyone together except for one guy.
One minor tangent. I feel like it's a little nerdy that I noticed he has kind of a weird Klingon accent.
Oh, you think so?
He speaks Klingon in kind of an odd way. It's a little stilted.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's definitely stilted. His monologues were a bit long.
Which is, whatever.
His sentences were slow, but it could just be an affectation of the person.
So he rallies his houses. And
except
is like,
for one guy.
Yep.
And they set him up to be like the villain of the villain. So I'm excited for the villain. Then they team up with Starfleet.
Yeah, that could happen.
So my thought is, it's revealed that this rallying cry leader wants to attack the Federation. So the guy dissenting from that, you have to think is the good guy, right?
I mean, not necessarily. What he's trying to do is take individual power away from the houses, in some regard.
Yeah,
when you say unite the Empire,
that's what happens when you unite.
You kind of mean take power from the individual warlords.
Yeah.
So maybe that guy just, doesn't want to give up the whatever.
Feudal system, whatever.
That, yeah.
Yeah.
And you get the impression he's not, like, there's no particular animosity towards the Federation specifically. It's just that they're a good catalyst for this bringing the Empire together.
They're using it as the catalyst. Fine. It's a good word. Yeah. Rallying point, something, just a focal point.
Which I find kind of interesting for Klingons. That's a very Romulan thing to do, almost.
I thought the Romulans just thought we were a lower species and really just hated to be even bothered with us, but sure.
But, starting a war for political reasons is more Romulan than Klingon, I think.
Yeah. Is that a modern story? It feels like that's a modern story for, like, the 90s or the early 2000s. We haven't heard that kind of story in a while.
What, starting a war for...
Yeah, it's kind of a conspiracy theory kind of one, right? A false flag attack. But it's not false flag, but...
No.
it rings of that. Anyway, picking a war. So they've picked a war.
They started a war.
Yeah. And as proof, the distress call from Starfleet is answered with a bazillion Starfleet ships showing up. So
which was awesome. Excellent timing.
Very dramatic.
Hey, the Federation is going to show up. Bam, there they are.
Oh, man. His PowerPoint skills were on point. You saw how he became a leader.
He timed that to the second. Showmanship. It's all about showmanship.
But a mumbly. But man, the spectacle was there. Oh, what happened next? Because, okay, so we have all these ships.
We have a little
facing off.
standoff.
Yeah, it's cool. Graphics are great.
The admiral calls them and is like kind of a dick to him, but he tries to.
No, he offered them what? You can either leave right now or let's talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
And their response was, fire everything.
Yeah.
Fire everything.
That again. Which they do in a beautiful explosion of pew-pew lasers.
Pew, 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 pew.
Which is apparently the new form that phasers have taken.
I like it. The old form was like a big, strong, steady beam.
Mm-hmm.
And these are Star Wars. Kind of.
It is very Star Wars. And, if you want to be a Star Trek purist, you can go back to, like, the reason that phasers are the way they are is because they didn't want them to look like, weapons, like traditional weapons.
Oh, yeah.
The idea with the next generation hand phaser was it didn't look like a gun.
Oh, yeah, the little pebble one.
The vacuum cleaner. The dustbuster.
Oh, that
model,
one.
Yeah.
That one looks like a gun. The little pebble one doesn't. The little tiny one. Oh.
So they do that. There's no missile fire for some reason.
Yeah, we were noting no photon torpedoes, or at least they didn't show up that well.
There's the big...
we'll have to replay it in slow-mo.
There's the big chargey cannon that charges up and shoots.
That was
stuff.
impressive. Did that come out of the nacelle that you thought it was? It wasn't very clear to me in that shot what it came from.
Well, it had like these three sort of opening looking things, like one on each engine and one in the front.
Oh, okay.
I think the one in the front that's kind of a traditional Klingon design. Bird of prey, we
got more bird of prey looking ones. They were all kind of curvy and kind of wingy, and they were all different looking. So a lot of designs.
I enjoyed all the variations of both fleets.
It was very much design. Star Wars meets Starfleet. So we took away the pure perfection of the beautiful Romulan warbird, that thing.
Yeah.
And we get these more mechanical. I mean, for all their bling, the Klingon ones look functional. So
the ship gets disabled. It is drifting towards an asteroid. Presumably everyone's going to die, and there will not be a last-second rescue.
Critical plot point, too. Our commander, who we've been following, Michael, has been sent to the brig, and she's in the brig. Because mutiny is not good, kids. Don't mutiny.
Nice spacious brig with a very interesting force field.
It looked very much J.J. Abrams' brig, Rathacon. Khan's cell.
Yeah, a little bit.
It was definitely evoking that because it was giant and empty and protected by force fields, it turns out.
They didn't have the nameless security officer standing at a console there.
Yeah, I guess.
It's kind of a staple of the brig, usually.
Yeah, I mean, even during Red Alert, there would always be someone there, because, gotta watch
also, the senior officer trapped in the brig while the ship is under attack is a well-worn trope of Star Trek.
Yeah. It played out, though. I at this point, I still thought they were going to make up and be happy-go-lucky Star Trek, but again, it's not the show we're getting.
Right.
Okay, but she's in there, and then I love this scene. An officer gets hit in the head. He wasn't the ops guy, was he?
I think he was ops, yeah.
He was the ops guy, okay. And the helms lady, and him still really haven't gotten many lines, but now he gets lines. He comes into the brig and he's all delirious because he got knocked in the head.
And that's why I feel like last time I said, if somebody doesn't have any lines, they're probably going to die. But I feel like there's also this kind of with the one-time extra zone where it's like, this guy doesn't seem like he's going to be a long-term character, but man, he's talking a lot.
Okay. Did Helms Lady make it? I can't remember. I think she made it.
I think she did. I'm not sure we're going to see her again because she never...
Right. Didn't see her.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we've met a third of the crew at this point.
Okay. That's fair. So what happens? Is this when they take... Oh, okay. No, they're disabled, and they're worried that the ship that disabled them is going to blow them up, so they're drifting into the asteroid field, so that ship leaves them alone, because I guess they want to watch, the cool effect of them hitting asteroids, I guess.
They don't want to waste a laser.
Yeah, they're expensive, those lasers. So our heroes are going to die. They can't get the shields up, no thrusters, nothing. The ship is crap, because it still has life-supporting grav panel, but still can't manage to move. Yeah. But then we get a Deus Ex Admiralka. Admiralka mocking. Oh, whatever. I don't know Latin. he shows up. The Admiral shows up and saves the day with a tractor beam.
Yep.
And he gives a very stern speech to the Klingons.
And then they say something about how they have invisible ships.
Turns out,
and then they
Klingons have a cloaking
make
device.
the worst use of a cloaking device ever.
Okay, so they introduced this giant, all I could think of was the Titanic, because it looked like the bow of the Titanic.
It did look kind of Titanic-y, yeah.
And the thing cuts through the Admiral's ship, literally. And it's kind of hilarious to see it just plow in. Which, like, physics, I can't quite reconcile the physics, because one would have to it's confusing.
I feel like one or the other would just kind of, like, bounce a little.
Yeah, like, turn off your engines and just take the hit.
But also, like, the structural stability of Starfleet ships is very plot dependent.
It is.
You know, sometimes
those engineers, they're a dramatic bunch.
Sometimes you can crash one through a moon or something, and it's fine. Sometimes, you know, the skin just kind of peels off.
Poor ship. Oh, okay. Yeah, so in this case, it peeled off.
Speaking of damage, I have to address the exploding consoles, which is a staple. But man, they exploded so enthusiastically. And so, like, directly from the screen part of the console, just like debris and everything. Usually I feel like it's almost implied, I guess because if they do it every week, they don't want to blow up the set. But there was a lot of implied explosions, like some sparks would come out. But this was full shaking. On, like, the console just exploded.
Lots of Dutching going on. And we actually lost a piece of the bridge. I enjoyed that, where the little force field had to come up.
Did somebody get sucked out?
I think so. Like,
whoever was standing there?
Yeah. Helms lady. Yeah. But the effects were excellent.
Robot head guy, Daft Punk, got injured.
He got pulled out early. We don't know what happened.
Someone said get her to the infirmary.
We learned more about Daft Punk.
Miss Daft Punk.
Cloud City guy, we don't know his fate. I don't know. It's rough. It was a bad battle. There were a lot of Starfleet ships. They were all pew-pew-pewing. Mm-hmm. It was crazy. But our hero? Commander?
POV character
in this video game that we're playing.
Yes.
She's still locked in her cell, classic level. Solve the puzzle to get out of the cell.
I really enjoyed that. I thought that was a fun bit of, I don't even know what, but I liked it.
Are you talking about the AI hacking?
Yeah, talking the computer into letting her out was great. I wish I could talk my Echo into logical quandaries.
Yeah. Why can't we have an ethical discussion of creating a 6-foot hole in the force field? Like, this sounds like a nice physics puzzle for one of these machines to solve. So that was fun. I called it Kirkian, because you gotta convince the computer to do something.
It was a little Kirkian, a little kind of Spocky, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like there was some scene where Spock talked the computer down.
I think he got kind of in charge of the computers. If there's a computer problem, he sends Spock.
So that was great. That was a good kind of Star Trek moment.
Yeah, I don't remember her argument. What was it? It was just probabilities of death. Like, it was a lower probability if she did it.
I think she talked the computer into that. She was less likely to die if it did what she said.
Yeah. So cool. She cleared that level. It was pretty cool.
Gets out, returns to the bridge, I guess.
Yeah, the segue here was weird, but all of a sudden she's talking to the captain.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. At this point, though, the captain had made a critical decision.
Right. They had decided, the Klingons were retrieving bodies.
Are we even there yet? No. She had decided to just fly a shuttle over and deliver some photon torpedoes by hand.
Right.
And everyone's like, that's a suicide mission. And she's like, yep. And that's weird. I don't think you should send your... I think we all learned from Troy's command test that you send an underling to die. You don't go yourself to die, but she was going to go deliver some torpedoes.
Right. From Disaster?
No, this is after Disaster, because she wanted to become a commander.
That was what made her take
Yeah, you got it. Mm-hmm. You got it. Yep.
Good one.
Classic, great episode.
Classic.
She sends Geordi to die.
I think also... yeah. Poor Geordi.
Poor Geordi.
I think we were all kind of waiting to see how the captain would die, because, like...
Yeah.
I mean, she's labeled as a guest star.
Was she? I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't read the credits well. Okay. But she's having a discussion with Michael, and Michael convinces her. They have an argument, so the mutiny's still not going over well. Mm-hmm. I'm not getting my Picard Star Trek forgiveness moment. This is more Battlestar Galactica, I guess.
I feel like Picard would have found a way to use it as a teaching moment.
Yeah, exactly, but no. In this one, she's like, yeah, you go die with the torpedoes. And then they notice these tractor beams pulling up dead bodies because Kahless.
It's what Kahless would have done.
Yeah, it's in one of the scriptures. Kahless did this. Oh boy, I like it. They're really building up the Klingon mythology. That's good.
Yep, I enjoy the Klingon mythology. I enjoy the Klingon politics, whatever that's going to be.
Yeah, it's a little simple right now.
Apparently, the albino is going to be a player.
Yeah. So let's get to that. They decide they're going to put a torpedo warhead onto a body.
On a body, because that's a solid trick.
And guess what? It explodes. Right in the neck of the ship, where the commander wanted to shoot, if you remember.
That's true. Could have saved everybody a lot of trouble. They discuss that they're going to capture the Klingon leader, because he's better as a captive than a martyr.
Yeah, this was a quick argument that Michael gave. I couldn't quite follow the argument, other than taking a prisoner is good. I guess it's demoralizing.
Yeah, that was the captain who was...
Oh, she had that argument.
Arguing on behalf of...
Oh, okay. Got it. Yep. So, now in classic crazy mission.
In classic Star Trek style, the captain and first officer strap up and head over to the enemy ship.
This was classic Abrams Star Trek, though. This was very good, because I love the scene when Kirk and Spock...
It is.
Beam over, guns ready. It's so anti-Roddenberry, but...
And that's basically what they do. We even get some sword fighting.
Oh, man, yeah. What was she fighting? So the Klingon had a sword. The captain was fighting with
on that.
A hunk of metal or something, but somehow she was holding her own.
Something she picked up off the ground, maybe, or maybe she had a baton.
Well, it's a Klingon ship. There's probably just knives laying around everywhere.
Here's an idea. Maybe phasers should have like a little lanyard.
Ooh, lanyard. Yeah, because they drop them a lot.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, little kitty mitts. Did they have holsters in this one? I can't remember.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
But
so Michael's not doing so well. Her head's being squeezed. That's not a great way to.
Which is not a very efficient way to kill someone, but I guess it would get the job done eventually.
Yeah. It was a weird scene, but she got out of it by. Oh, that was the albino too. She gouged out his. At least one eye.
See, he had his eye he had some blood there, but he had the eye, which I was disappointed by.
Yeah.
Because I was hoping he would come back with a cool eye patch.
What was CBS thinking?
Because, what's his name from Star Trek 5?
Yeah, he had a missing eye. 6.
Krang?
Yeah,
Krang?
sounds
something
good.
like that. He was cool. Great. I liked him a lot.
Yeah, he was a fantastic
So another Klingon with an eye patch, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Not yet. Maybe we'll get a little scar. We'll see how much the makeup department wants to do.
Yeah, I feel like for a show like this, you do kind of have to ration your eye patches.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, it's only the second episode. That's like a fourth or fifth season
time travel episode. When you meet the crew, somebody has to have an eye patch, right? Like you're tempted to do that. You're tempted to give someone an eye patch.
Just occurred to me.
O'Brien, Mirror Universe O'Brien.
Oh, eye patch. Mm-hmm. Very good observation. Does everything go well over on the Klingon ship? No.
Not so great. No. I mean, I'm suspending a lot of disbelief, but you send 2 people to clear the bridge of a Klingon battleship.
Was that the bridge?
Yeah. Which I assume there's going to be like a bunch of Klingons there, and they're pretty good. They're pretty good at murdering.
I'm going to assume. Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe you send they
did really well.
Like 3 people.
If you think of it that way.
They did pretty good. You know, I mean, yeah.
Perhaps a security person trained in security and shooting things.
I mean, they killed like 9 Klingons and had 1 casualty. So
that's true. But the casualty was the captain, which very sad. She got a knife in the heart. It was pretty bad.
Oh yeah. Didn't even get like a last word in. Just boom.
And we got her death announcement from the bridge of, I almost called it the Enterprise, the Shinzo. Did I get it right that time?
I was going to write that down and forgot. It doesn't matter. It blew up.
Yeah, well, it was evacuated. We don't know if it blew up.
It's drifting around out there somewhere.
So Michael gets beamed back. She's obviously very upset because the captain died.
There's a little moment here where Lieutenant Doug Jones, Saru, is
Sarek.
like Saru,
Saru? Who's
Lieutenant.
Saru?
The alien guy,
Oh man, I can't follow these names.
Livestock,
All
Lieutenant
right.
Livestock.
Tall one.
He's like, well, she doesn't have a life sign, and it sounds like you're in trouble, so you're coming back.
Yeah, I like that decision though. Because I wish more Star Trek.
No, I think that was great. That was
a good decision.
Yep.
From a guy who I was bagging on.
In 2 episodes, as a secondary character, he already has some personality.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel more sympathetic toward him than Michael at this moment, but. So she gets back and we get a court martial. And a very dramatic
like a smash cut. Like she gets back and then bam, we're in the court martial. Before the council of ominous admirals.
Yeah, they are dramatic. Everyone in this universe is very dramatic.
There's like
the
smoke.
Lighting is
there's smoke in the room.
I noticed the smoke. Laser lighting.
Smoking
you can
a
see
cigar.
any of their faces.
Yeah, and they're backlit. And they're like,
very intimidating.
Recap the plot of this episode. And so she does.
And innocent or guilty? Guilty.
No. Yeah. And so she gets sent to something.
Penal colony.
Sure.
She's going to hang out with Tom Paris in the future. Okay, so this is the twist. Did you see this coming? Court martial?
No.
No, me neither.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah, so they're going full drama with this show. It's not Next Generation. We're not getting used to a crew. I was all excited to get used to the bridge crew. I thought we were going to see more of them, but no.
I think we have seen the last of Cloud City Guy and Daft Punk.
Oh, man. I hope there's someone worthy of their replacements.
If somebody else's face doesn't turn into an alert, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Oh, maybe they'll have a headband or something.
I did speculate after the last one that, maybe this is going to be her, like, super low point. And then
you did say that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you nailed it. I didn't know it was going to be this low, though. I didn't know it was going to be penal colony low.
Yeah. Because, Next Generation, they would have been like, well, you're confined to quarters for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Better not hit anybody again.
Or Tom Paris. You lock him up for 30 days and he writes a memoir.
He blew up an alien spaceship.
To save a planet because he was eco-friendly.
He was saving the water planet.
Yeah. Wow. That's not going to play out in this one. This is more Battlestar than Star Trek, to be honest.
Yeah.
The
uniforms.
It's Star Trek technology.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. Are you happy about that? Would you prefer a Next Generation, or do you want this Battlestar?
I think it's interesting. It's
modern.
It's modern. Nothing wrong with that.
Do you think there will be bottle episodes? Are we going to get the wacky adventures of Tall Guy and...
Right, like Saru and somebody go to the lower decks.
I forgot to mention the Sarek cross-universe mind meld scene.
The long-range telepathy.
So she got a pep talk from her. Well, it turns out she's a ward, so does that make him a warden? I don't know, that's weird. So warden.
Does that make her the Robin to his Batman?
I like that one. Okay, so Batman rings her because she's having a bad day, and he has a bad day detector, I guess. And he gives her a pep talk, and it's a good pep talk. And she's like, "But you don't give me pep talks." He's like, "Yeah, I'm not a great dad." So that character is kind of awesome. I'm enjoying
He is pretty
him.
cool. I guess he's going to be a regular.
Some kind of brain cross-dimensional communications.
So maybe we're gonna get exposition through logs and mind talking to Sarek.
Do you think people in penal colonies keep logs?
Oh,
penal colonists.
Prisoner's log.
Yeah, prisoner's log.
Something.
Wow, I kind of think they do. I want to read Tom Paris's prison logs.
Probably boring.
Oh, okay. Well,
so I guess that's the end for now.
So you're enjoying the modern super serial drama.
I gotta say, first episode, I was thinking a lot about the art direction, the effects, the characters, stuff like that. Second one, kind of got pulled into the story,
I mean, it was an action show, this one. Like, half of it seemed to just be an action set piece, but...
It was action-y.
And I was definitely staring at the set design for that, because it was good. They put a little money into it.
for being a bridge that they're probably not going to use again. That was a very nice bridge.
I don't know. We'll talk about the previews in a second, but the new bridge looks pretty similar to the old bridge to my eye.
Similar.
Haven't figured out how to make them look distinct yet.
Yeah, that would be my kind of takeaway from the second episode is, it was good. It was fast paced. Maybe it was very intentional, but they threw in a lot of Star Trek-y stuff of, technical problems to overcome.
They did. Wow, we're 2 episodes down, and we're guessing, 11 left? Something like that.
Yeah,
They've got a lot of story to tell. So let's talk about the previews super quick, because they look interesting.
Well, I guess what it established in terms of context is that, like I said, we just watched a prequel. It wasn't even like a pilot.
Yeah, totally. I was thinking this is the beginning of Wolf 359 earlier, and
yeah.
I'm convinced this is now we're going to pick up with Sisto. Now his second career.
It is kind of that. I think it's possible we won't see another, battle of that scale for a while. Like this is going to be a big incident in the universe.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. We'll zoom into the character. She gets a new haircut. Her hair looks great.
Yep.
See if that endures.
That was good. But yeah, off the ship, I really think it's just Lieutenant Alien guy.
Okay. Yeah. It looks like he makes it onto the Discovery too. So it turns out they get onto some ship, Discovery, helmed by
So they introduced us to So they introduced us to 2 main characters, I guess, in these 2 episodes.
Madman number 1. He looks very serious. The captain of the Discovery.
Yes, he does. This looks like some kind of work release program. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this Kino Colony is outsourcing.
I mean, I guess if Kirk can go from whatever he was at the beginning of Star Trek to captain in 45 minutes.
I think he was a freshman in high school. They gave him a ship.
So this, I guess, the next few episodes will be really kind of the pilot. We'll get introduced to the actual ship, the actual crew.
Fair enough, yeah. Okay, I just had to draw another Battlestar Galactica parallel.
By all means.
It's the miniseries. We just watched the miniseries. Now we're going to get into the real series.
Yep.
But it makes me wonder where the arc's going. So I'm interested. The visuals are good.
Yeah. I wonder if we'll have Klingon spies to worry about.
I can't believe they're only leaving 2 characters for us to care about. Michael and Paul Dude.
Yep.
That's kind of scary, because you want to get used to a crew. I think I like that part of Star Trek, so I want to find a crew to get to know.
And honestly, I haven't looked up what the crossover is between the crew that we had for these 2 episodes and who's listed as like the regular cast. I'd kind of like to be surprised.
I'll have to watch that intro more. The intro's very nice. The hand-drawn, inky ships flying around, very 60s, but cute style.
I enjoyed it. It's it's a little reminiscent of kind of Netflixy.
Yeah, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Not in love with the theme. The theme's a little boring and melancholy.
It's a little bland. It's by far not the worst thing it could have been.
Nope. It's not a guy strumming on a guitar, so I guess it's okay.
I feel like if it had just been the ship flying around, flying through nebulas and stuff, that might have been a little rehashed.
I really enjoyed the silhouette little black ship flying around each scene. I just want a screensaver of that little ship flying around.
That was pretty great. I liked when it did the little twirl through the one scene.
I really think the Discovery is ugly, but I'm also worried that they're totally brainwashing me into liking it because of that little black ship flying around. I really like that silhouette.
It's growing on me. It has a nice silhouette from above.
That's definitely. And they're just playing on that beautiful silhouette.
The side or the bottom, who knows?
Exactly. Okay, I think we talked this one to death. Let's end this episode.
Let's do it.
Thanks for chatting, Eli.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.